This is a suggestion via a channel member. Let's jump into it.
You can't really tell here at home, but Iran is in a place where I've never seen it in the modern era. Hundreds, if not thousands, of freedom fighters, really, are being pulled off the streets.
Please stop showing that video.
That many being killed. 10,000 arrested, which is different with this regime, right? Being arrested is like being disappeared in a lot of the cases. Now, just hours ago, the U.S. State Department issued a dire warning to all American citizens in Iran. Get out. If you can't,
get out now.
Hunker down. Why? Here's what the president had to say yesterday when asked about Iran's threat to attack our military and commercial bases if they get hit first.
Okay.
If they do that, we will hit them at levels that they've never been hit before. They won't even believe it. I have options that are so strong. So, I mean, if they did that, it'll be met with a very, very powerful force.
Well, retaliation is one thing. Initiating it is something else. Should the United States be in that position? I asked my friend, Patrick Bet-David, host of the PBD podcast, to come on tonight. Pat and his family fled Iran in the 80s. They lived in a refugee camp. He's got an amazing personal story. Then he has now risen to such heights, but he understands and cares about this issue. No one better to talk to. Patrick, Happy New Year. I love you. It is good to see you, and thank you for the gift of your insight here.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you and the family as well. Great to be on with you.
So when people are looking at this issue, the first wave away is, oh, enough. Let them over there deal with it. It doesn't matter to us here.
Yes, that's my initial opinion. Like I'm telling you, like immediately. And understand this here. And there are other countries and heads of state that in fact know that that's kind of how we feel. We, as in some of us feel, at least, right? This is why Zelensky went into the White House, basically, disrespecting the United States of America at that time, saying that you guys don't even care because you guys are over here in your enclave, basically. Right? I'm summarizing the statement, but yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Like none of the things that are happening over there, truthfully, have the ability to affect large scale, Americans. Let's just say this year. There are some other things that are like domino effect type of things that will definitely affect us because understand things that happen, in some of the smallest places on the planet still do have the ability to affect us. But just understand this here. The immediate, no one will recognize it.
Stay home. What do you say?
Well, 9/11 is what they were doing. So if you think about back in the days, you have two examples. Let's do the debate of interventionist and non-interventionist. I think it's very important to just talk about that right off the bat because people have different positions in these areas. And my opinion is 95% of the time, don't intervene. Leave it alone. It doesn't benefit us. Just let people handle their issues.
I said some light aid, guys.
The 5% we have to entertain. And why do we need to entertain? Many, many years ago, Mossadegh is one that Iranians had. This was the leader that won, and he was going to nationalize the oil, and it was going to be similar to Venezuela. And Iran was on track to be Venezuela, what it is right now, under Maduro prior to him being taken down. Well, guess what happens? United States, UK intervene, and they get rid of Mossadegh, and they let him live in a small little village, and they bring this 21-year-old king, Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi. He becomes a king of Iran. He learns how to do deals. He ends up taking the oil away from everybody else, saying, wait a minute, all these contracts UK had written, Britain had written, we're not doing this. This is our oil. We'll do deals with you. And Iran opened up, and they started doing business with many people around the world. And guess what? There was no war in the Middle East. Middle East was fairly peaceful. You can kind of measure the time he was there for 37 years. Less than 100,000 people got killed during that 37-year period due to war. Some say 35, some say 100,000. But the Middle East, for the most part, was peaceful. Iran and Israel got along. Iran and these different countries got along. So he did a very good job for women. Prior to him, women could get married at 9 years old, 8 years old, 10 years old with 52-year-olds.
What? 1 second, guys.
He cleaned house. None of this, stuff that was taking place. Guys. And Frank Sinatra would go to a concert there in 1975 doing his thing. Zahedi, who was the ambassador, was dating Elizabeth Taylor, so she would go back and forth. So the Iranian, it was like the original Dubai. Before there was Dubai, there was Iran. You would go to Iran, the rich people would go to Iran, just like today when somebody goes to Dubai, you say this person's rich.
I mean, and obviously before then it was what, Casablanca.
Then in 1977, December 31st, this president, very nice man, very sweet man, very good man, Jimmy Carter, goes and has dinner and does a toast with the Shah on December 31st of 1977. We've seen all the videos, and he gets up and he says, Iran is an island of stability. It's a great nation, and the Reza Shah
I agree.
is
I
a
agree.
great ally
Back
to
then.
us. Boom. The moment he leaves, Kissinger promised the Shah will take care of you and nothing's going to happen. Riots start, protesting starts, and then there's an event that happens at a theater in Iran in Abadan. Abadan is an island. It's like all these oil refineries are there. Cinema Rex fire. The fire takes place. 400 people are locked in this movie theater, pregnant women. They burn to death at this place. Cinema Rex fire. Cinema is like a theater. Rex Theater. 400 people get killed. The police is right across the street. Khomeini's camp goes out there, starts screaming off the top of their lungs that this happened because of Savak and the Shah's people. The Iranian people revolt. It was a great moment of crisis that Khomeini and his Hezbollah and the IRGC camp used. Next thing you know, 3 months later, he falls. By the way, I was born the month that Cinema Rex fire happened in Iran. I'm born and raised in Tehran, Iran. 3 months later, they get Shah to leave. Khomeini comes in. A month after Khomeini comes in, they say the fire at Cinema Rex, we did it, not Savak, but it was too late. Fast forward to 47 years later, U.S. decides not to intervene under Carter. Kissinger and Carter didn't help the Shah. What happens to Iran? You got 47 years of chaos in the Middle East.
Just absolute wildness.
Iran. So this whole concept of intervene, non-intervene, sometimes it comes back and bite us in the butt. I'll say this last thing, 20 seconds, and I'll turn it back over to you.
It's not even a sometimes thing. I mean, look at South America, bro. Like, look at what happened specifically right after the Iran-Contra scenario that occurred here, guys. I mean, pay attention to these things here. The reality is that when we do intervene, sometimes things get absolutely terrible, bro. And that's kind of the reason why I've always, for the most part, been against the idea of like regime change. But there are some times when people are just terrible, bro. And I've always said, again, the same thing. I think if you're going to do some type of regime change type of scenario, I don't think we should win in that argument or that battle. Let's just say this here. Meaning that the person that does kind of enter into the regime kind of by default needs to be for the people. So they actually make it so the people can kind of have something in their country and not have to worry about if their brand new elected leader potentially is a shill for someone else, right? Meaning that they're not really getting any benefit at all, truthfully, from that new leader. So if you're going to do something, it needs to be something for the people of that place, not specifically us. We should lose in that deal.
Is the 3,000 political prisoners that the Shah had in his prison, that Jimmy Carter was campaigning on human rights. Remember, he tried to get two countries to change their human rights. One of them was Cuba, which we know what happened with Cuba. Muriel boat lift. Here's 125,000 prisoners I'll send to Miami. Unemployment goes to 50%. And the other guy he targeted was who? The Shah of Iran. He's an evil dictator. He's a horrible human being. He's this. The 3,000 political prisoners are the people that got out and did 9/11 to America, where those 3,600 Americans would have still been around today if the Shah wouldn't have been kicked out and if we would have intervened. So this whole thing, we can go around and bring it back to 9/11. I'll pause. I'm sure you got follow-up questions.
No, the only thing I want to know, Patrick, thank you for the primer for people. I appreciate it. And I know it's personal for you as well.
Right. Feels it.
Now, Patrick's family is ethnically Assyrian, okay? And he's Christian, but he understands all of these dynamics. The hot question for right now is this, Pat. Military action, yes or no? Do you think the president, I mean, he should go to Congress, but do you think a case should be made that the U.S. striking first could be righteous?
Yeah, guys, his opinion feels a lot more valid.
My opinion here, I'm sharing.
Okay, let's go. Let's hear it.
We're not going to agree with it.
Okay, let's hear it.
I think if we're going to do the Monroe Doctrine, what is the Monroe Doctrine? The Monroe Doctrine. The Western Hemisphere is our problem. China, stay out of the way. Venezuela is not your problem. This is
a contradiction.
Hey,
it is
Iran,
a contradiction.
Stay out of the way. Hey, Russia, this is not your problem. This is the Western Hemisphere.
Okay.
We run the show here. We take care of the Western Hemisphere. You guys deal with it. If I'm thinking strategically, who cares the most about the current regime IRGC fallen? Who is positively impacted by it the most? It's the people who live in that region. So who
Right.
are those people? They should get involved and choose to do something about it. Maybe there will be some support from America, similar to the way we went and shot down the nuclear sites because we have certain equipment and
Abilities.
equipment that we can help you assist that maybe Israel and other countries in the Middle East don't have. I think it's a collaborative effort for us to send boots on the ground and send our 18, 19-year-old kids
Thank
here
you.
that are other people's kids and go, I'm not a part of that. I don't
Thank you.
think that's the strategy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, guys, I was worried. Okay. That's it there. Yeah, I was worried because I was like, hold on, bro. I want to do something. We could do some like aid or something, right? But I'm glad that he just basically invoked the Don Road doctrine, meaning the Monroe Doctrine, obviously, where we decide to focus almost exclusively on the West, right? The Western Hemisphere of things. We're going to clean up our backyard, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So why are we still world policing out in the middle of, there? Guys, I mean, shouldn't the people around be the ones that do the majority of things? Just like the Ukraine scenario. Shouldn't the people that are around do the most instead of us like dumping billions of dollars into a place that does not affect us on a daily basis, guys? All right. That's kind of where I'm at. And I'm glad that this guy right here is from the place and for the most part just said kind of the same thing. All right. Listen, you have to be able to handle your own things because, again, that does not affect us like that, guys. The neighboring countries are the ones that are consistently affected by whatever is going on in Iran, bro. It's not us, guys. And then, like, even the thought of like an American life being lost for something that's, not our problem like that is a little bit wild to me. Again, maybe some type of aid. Let's help with, some people that are that need some type of help here, guys, or something. But other than that, I'm not interested in like America large scale kind of going in and losing American life for something that has nothing to do with those guys. Guys, do you want to watch movies with me? I never actually thought to like promote it over here, guys. But if you guys do want to watch it, guys, we have hundreds of movies, and I mean hundreds of movies that we've reacted to. You guys can come watch them with me if you want to, along with many TV shows. Currently, we're working on the show Dexter, along with Vikings, and we have a lot of series that are already completed. But if you guys do want to watch it with me, the link is in the description. Everything's available at the second tier. But of course, if that's not your thing, guys, don't worry. Right? Listen, like and subscribe.